There's not enough time. How often do you say that to yourself? Personally, I used to say it all the time until I implemented an effective time blocking routine that actually works. And in today's video, I'm going to share 7 super simple tips to get you started time blocking today so that you can feel in control of your time again. If you haven't subscribed yet, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a video about time management and productivity tools and tips. I've helped hundreds of business owners and entrepreneurs get more productive and focused inside their business through my free resources, podcast, online course, and planner, and more. And I'm so excited to help you get started time blocking today. Now let's get to the 7 super simple tips to get you started time blocking. Now, these tips, they work whether you use a paper planner like this one, or if you use a digital planner. Doesn't matter, they work for both, and they're super effective. Tip number 1, track your time. Now, I'm not saying you have to track all of it, but you do want to track a big portion of it, especially anything that has to do with work or things that you're going to be time blocking for. And don't shy away from this one just because it might feel like a chore. If you want to be successful at any new habit, you've got to be willing to put in the work. And this step is incredibly eye-opening. You don't have to wait to start time blocking before doing this. You can actually track your time as you start time blocking, or you can spend a week, track your time, see how long certain tasks and jobs take you, and then you can time block the next week. This exercise is going to help you also identify where are you wasting your time throughout the day, because trust me, we all waste time. So grab a journal or grab a pad of paper or a scrap piece of paper or even your notes in your phone and just keep track of how long each task is taking you. And then you're going to have a more realistic outlook on how long things take. Because one huge pitfall I see of a lot of newer time blockers is they're unrealistic with their time. They think that things might only take 25 minutes or 35 minutes, and they're not calculating any hiccups or hurdles in between. So you really want to get an accurate sense of how long each task takes you. Tip number 2 is identifying and getting clear on your priorities. If you don't know your priorities, then it's going to be difficult to know how you want to spend your time. So getting clear on your priorities is really essential when it comes to managing your time effectively. Knowing what's most important to you, both personally and professionally, it really helps you to make wise planning decisions with your time. Setting priorities, though, it doesn't mean that you're only going to time block for those things. It just helps you acknowledge what's most important in your life, and it sort of guides you in having more balance in your schedule because you can see when your schedule isn't aligning with your priorities. Don't spend way too much time on tip number 2. Honestly, I think intuitively we all know what our priorities are. We don't just necessarily write them down. So on this tip, you're going to take the time, write down what your priorities are, and if you're feeling stuck, let me throw out a few examples. It could be family, faith, business, health, fitness, exercise, traveling. There's so many different things that could be a priority in your life, and your list is going to look different than mine, and mine will look different than somebody else's. There's no right or wrong here. Tip number 3 is one of my personal faves. It is setting time blocking categories. Setting up time blocking categories is going to make you such a better time blocker. You will have more success in time blocking if you follow this tip and set up time blocking categories, because it helps you realize where every task needs to go. So every task or appointment or project, everything has sort of a bucket to fit into, which is your categories. But here's the thing. I only recommend you have a max of 7 categories. Now, before you start stressing out or messaging me and thinking like, oh my gosh, my life is so busy, there's no way I can fit everything I have to do into 7 categories or less, you should know that I only have 5 categories. And I am a homeschooling mom, I own multiple businesses, I'm busy and I can manage with 5, and trust me, you can too. If you do more than 7, I can almost guarantee that you are going to feel overwhelmed. So my 5 categories are work, family, personal, passion projects, and filler tasks. Get busy, get started, figure out what your categories are. Tip number 4 is going to require, if you're using a paper planner, to grab some of your favorite pens, highlighters, markers, whatever you want. And if you're using a digital planner, then you're going to want to make sure you have some colors in mind and you get those creative juices flowing. Because tip number 4 is to assign colors. This step in time blocking is such a game changer because it helps you identify exactly where you're spending your time each day. I personally love weekly viewed calendars where if I lay out my planner, I can see the full week right in front of my face, and then I know, because I've assigned a color to each category, exactly where am I spending the most time. For me, I have created my work category, to be assigned the color red because I tend to be a little bit of a workaholic. I will cram in extra things when I really shouldn't. But when I open up my calendar and if I see, holy cow, there's a ton of red there, then that's a red flag for me. And I know to either try to scale down, to adjust, or at least next week find more balance and make sure I mix in some blue and green, which is family time or family things and events and personal appointments. Because I'm nosy and because it's a super helpful tip, I'm curious. Do you already color code your calendar? Let me know in the comments. Tip number 5 is fixed appointments always go first. My time management system is a blend of scheduling and time blocking because as an entrepreneur and a mom, I'm super busy and I need everything written down, and I really need a clear picture of how much time do I have left in the day. Plus, keeping open loops in your head will result in mental fatigue and you're going to feel overwhelmed. So I always make sure at the beginning of every month when I sit down to start my monthly high-level time blocking, I always put my fixed appointments and routines in my calendar first. So what this means is anything that's already scheduled. A good example of a fixed routine or appointment in my life is, since I homeschool my kids, we actually homeschool during very specific hours. They go to a co-op during specific hours on specific days. So at the beginning of the month, I just make sure there's no holidays or anything like that, and I plug those in right away. That way, when I sit down to do my weekly time blocking, I know exactly how much time I have for other things and where I can fit them in during the day. And this helps me just get a clear picture of time blocking. And I really encourage that you get in the habit of making sure all fixed appointments, anything that's planned ahead of time, routines, plug those in first. It's going to make your life so much easier and you will be more successful at time blocking. Now let's go over tip number 6, shall we? It is making sure you set 2 timers. Now, this tip, it's not mandatory. Of course, none of these are mandatory. Come on, we're entrepreneurs. We get to choose what we want to do. But what I've found after working with many, many business owners is hard stop times are so difficult for them. It's actually like a hurdle or a block that they have where they feel like, oh, I don't like time blocking because every time I do, I never am able to finish that project. But what I've learned is if you give yourself a 5 or 10 minute warning, so your first timer is 5 to 10 minutes before your time block session actually stops, then that gives you a warning to help you wrap up on your current task. And then your second timer is going to be your hard stop time. This has improved so many business owners and entrepreneurs that I know. The moment they just did this very simple and easy thing in their time blocking routine, it helps them. So I actually personally would do this every time I write because I do not like to end in the middle of a scene or in the middle of a paragraph. So if I have a wrap up warning, then I know, okay, let me finish this at a good spot and I'll be done. So even if I finish maybe after I wrap up that paragraph, maybe I finish 2 minutes early. It's okay because I feel good about it and I'm in a good ending place. And let me just add on to tip number 6. If you find yourself constantly running out of time with every time block that you create, then you're being unrealistic with your time. You aren't clear on how long tasks actually take you, and you need to add extra time in each block so that you can feel successful and be successful at time blocking. Tip number 7, review your day and prep for the next. Seriously, this only takes about 5 to 10 minutes, so don't skip it. I know it's so tempting at the end of the day just to be like, oh, I don't want to look at another thing. But by reviewing your day and identifying what wins did you do, what things did you not get completed, what needs to get placed on a different day on your calendar, and identifying your top few priorities or action steps for the next day is going to save you so much time in the long run. You're going to become more efficient and more effective in time blocking. So don't skip this one. If you're ready to start time blocking, but you feel like you need a little bit more support, I want you to know that I have a free time blocking cheat sheet that you can download, and I will post it in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you hit the subscribe and the like button. And remember, my friend, to be fruitful. See you next time.